you've seen some news stories in Thailand about the deportation of 40 Uyghurs back to China. How will you perceive the human rights development in Thailand at this moment?
We regret that fact, and I discussed in length with my counterpart on the situation, because we wish to see, of course, that this window of human rights field narrows, not narrows, broadens here in Thailand. I do try to understand the request from China, the conditions that Thailand put forward, how to deal with people, but still I was, before in the European Parliament and following the discussion, I was parliamentarian myself, dealing with civil liberties. Yeah. So we always have in mind the respect of human rights and the respect of citizens.
We've seen the plenary debate on this issue yesterday at EU Parliament. Of course, some say that it's condemnation to Thailand's action, but some say that actually this is the opportunity to strengthen the collaboration with Thailand and EU. Do you think this case, deportation case, will affect Thailand and Slovenia's relations, or even EU-Thailand relations on FTA negotiations, or even Schengen visa exemption case here, do you think?
I think it gives us all opportunity that we have open channels to discuss and understand each other. Yeah. That's what I said before. I had a lengthy discussion that the minister and my counterpart really tried to explain me the point of view. We regret the situation. We are concerned about the people, how they will be treated, but I do understand that there is an ongoing discussion. So if that is an opportunity that also Europeans try to engage more in the discussions, how to really ensure human rights are respected, then this is a good way to go. I wouldn't connect it with the issue of visa-free or things that are on the table. We today signed, Slovenia and Thailand, a very important agreement. This is releasing the visa requirements for diplomatic passports and business passports.
That's right, that's what you said. It's a small step, but actually it's a very good vision for the future about the advancement between two countries there, and of course with the EU too. I think one question that we have to mention actually is geopolitical questions, geopolitical issues in this region too. So what do you make of the geopolitical issues here, especially in Myanmar, and what's the stance of Slovenia here?
In the Security Council, we were working hard on different initiatives on Myanmar. They were not all successful, but we are very concerned about the worsening of the humanitarian situation, So we really want to see stability, protection of civilians, engagement of all stakeholders, how really to make it work. And we are today discussing with the government of Thailand, so with the minister, how it's an engagement of neighboring countries here. What are the priorities to really understand? But on Myanmar, we will be actively working on in the Security Council, mostly really to protect civilians and to stabilize the country. This is, I think, the first priority.
Right. Another geopolitical topic that we have to talk about, of course, is in Ukraine right now. Of course, we've seen might be positive advancement. It's about there might be a truce, 30-day truce between Ukraine and Russia here. So, as in, Slovenia indeed is a smaller country in European Union. So what's your measure and what's your mechanism to really push Slovenia's efforts in this war and conflict? And how would you say, is there any possible resolution or even temporary solution there for this part of the world?
We had some difficult discussions recently at the 3rd anniversary of Russian aggression in Ukraine in UN, but what I can say is also from our historic background that we do understand the Ukrainian fight for territorial sovereignty and integrity because we want to see just and lasting peace for Ukraine. And if there is any good peace initiative on the table, it has to be accepted for Ukrainians in the first place. No one can by force take your land away or change internationally recognized border. So we are committed strongly to the UN Charter. We supported Ukrainians, but also now if it's a good peace initiative that can stop this brutal war and stop killing the innocent civilians and destroying the infrastructure, then we will support it. But as I say, we want to see just and lasting peace for Ukraine. We need strong, safe guarantees for Ukraine, but also we have to be, as Europe, strongly engaged in this discussion, because at the end of the day, it's also about reconstruction and long-lasting peace and stability on our continent.